sister, my light. Hello, welcome back. My name is Alex. Today I have something very special for you. Sometimes your world becomes very small. It shrinks down to just a few people. After my parents left this world, my world became small. Subscribe my channel, English Listening Stories 247, with Alicia, for more stories. It was our small house with 4 people inside. It was a world built on love, but also on loss. We knew sadness, but we tried to find happiness. We tried very hard. My grandparents took us in. They were old and their faces had many lines, but their eyes were always kind. Their house was small and simple. We did not have many things. The floors were old wood and the chairs were worn, but it was our home. It was our safe place. It was our small world. My sister Emily was the heart of our small world. She was younger than me. She had bright eyes and a smile like the sun. Even when things were hard, Emily found a reason to laugh. She loved to draw pictures. She filled our small house with colors. She was my best friend. We did everything together, Emily and I. We walked to school holding hands. We played games in the small yard. We shared our food when there was not much. We were poor, yes. We did not have fancy clothes or toys, but we had each other, and that felt like everything. Our grandparents were our rock. My grandfather told us stories every night. My grandmother cooked simple but good food. She hugged us often. They worked hard to give us a life. They loved us very much. They were our mother and father now. They held our small world together. In that small house with those 3 people, I felt safe. I missed my parents very much every day, but the love of my grandparents and my sister helped me. It was like a warm blanket on a cold day. I thought we would always be together like this. I thought our small, safe world would last forever. Emily was full of life, like a small, bright flower. She loved music, and she often danced around our little house. Her drawings were all over the walls. They were pictures of a happy world full of sun and animals. She saw beauty everywhere, even in our simple life. She taught me how to see it too. She dreamed of becoming an artist one day. I remember one sunny afternoon very clearly. We went to a small field near our house. We did not have a real ball, so we made one using old clothes and a lot of string. We laughed so hard as we kicked it around. Emily fell down, but she got up laughing. Her laugh was like the most beautiful music. That day, we felt so free and happy. Our grandparents adored Emily so much. My grandmother often brushed her long dark hair while she sang her old sweet songs. My grandfather made her small wooden toys to play with. He said Emily was his second spring season. She brought youth and laughter back into their lives. They watched over her very carefully. She was precious. We did not have much, but we found joy. Sometimes, grandmother bought us a small candy. That candy felt like a big treasure for us. We loved walking by the river in the evening. We watched the birds fly and told secrets. Emily always found pretty stones by the water. These simple moments were our real happiness. But life can be very unfair sometimes. Our small, happy world was fragile. One cold winter, Emily started to cough. At first, we did not worry too much. Children often get sick in the winter, but her cough did not go away. It became worse, and she started to look tired. The light in her eyes grew a little dim. Then came the day that broke our world. It started like a normal cold morning. Emily felt very weak and did not want to get up. My grandmother made her warm soup, but Emily could not eat anything. She became very hot with a high fever. Her breathing was difficult. My grandfather ran to get the doctor. We sat by her bed holding her hand. We waited for what felt like a very long time. The small house was so quiet and full of fear. We could only hear the sound of the old clock. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Every sound made us jump. My grandmother prayed silently, tears running down her face. I just watched Emily, hoping she would open her eyes. I hoped she would smile at me again. Finally, the doctor arrived. He was an old man with a kind face, but he looked tired. He checked Emily very carefully. He listened to her chest. He looked at her eyes. He did not say anything for a long time. Then he looked at my grandparents. His face was very serious. He shook his head slowly. He said her sickness was very bad. His words were like a heavy stone. My grandmother started to cry loudly. My grandfather held her, but his own eyes were full of tears. I felt numb. I could not feel anything. It felt like a terrible nightmare. How could this happen? How could our Emily be so sick? I did not want to believe it. I just held Emily's small hand tighter. We stayed by her side all night. We talked to her even though she did not answer. We told her how much we loved her. We hoped our love could save her. In the early morning, just as the sun started to rise, she opened her eyes. She looked at me for a moment. Her breathing stopped. She was gone. Our Emily, our son, was gone. The silence in the house was terrible. It was a heavy, cold silence. It felt like the sun had disappeared from the sky. The colors in her drawings looked gray. The house felt empty and dark. Emily's laugh was gone forever. Our small world was broken into many pieces. The pain was too big for words. It filled every corner of our hearts. Nothing felt the same after that day. The world outside continued. People walked, cars drove, birds sang, but our world had stopped. Our home felt like a house of shadows. My grandparents looked so much older, and I felt a sadness so deep. It was a sadness that I knew would never leave me. Our light was gone. The days after Emily died were like a blur. Everything felt unreal, like a bad dream. Our small house was filled with a deep silence. Neighbors came to visit us. They brought food and spoke soft words. They tried to comfort us, but no words could touch our pain. Nothing could fill the huge empty space. Emily was not there, and nothing else mattered. We had a small funeral for her. It was a cold, gray day. Many people from our small town came. They looked sad and some cried. I stood beside my grandparents. I saw her small white coffin. It looked so tiny. I could not cry. I just felt cold and empty inside. It felt like I was watching someone else's life. It did not feel real. Life without Emily was very difficult. Her chair at the table was always empty. Her drawings on the wall made us cry. The house was too quiet without her laughter. School felt strange without her beside me. Every corner of our small world reminded us of her. It was a constant, painful reminder. We had to learn to live with her memory. My grandparents tried to be strong for me. My grandmother hugged me even more. My grandfather tried to tell stories, but I could see their deep sadness. Their eyes often filled with tears when they looked at me. Sometimes I saw my grandmother crying alone. We shared this terrible loss together, but we felt very alone in our grief. I felt so many things inside. Sometimes I was very sad. Sometimes I was angry at the world. Why did this happen to our sweet Emily? Sometimes I felt guilty. Did I do enough? Could I have protected her? The world looked different now. It looked gray and without joy. It was hard to find a reason. It was hard to find hope again. Time passed slowly like a slow, sad river. Winter turned into spring, and spring became summer. The sun shone again and flowers grew, but the coldness inside our hearts did not go away. We learned to live with the sadness. We woke up, we ate, we worked, we did the normal things, but everything felt different. A part of us was missing forever. My grandparents seemed to grow older very fast. The lines on their faces became deeper. Their steps became slower. Emily's death took a lot of their strength, but they never stopped loving me. They tried their best to give me a future. My grandmother still cooked for me. My grandfather still talked to me. Their love was my only anchor now. Growing up was hard. I carried a heavy weight in my heart. Other children laughed and played freely. I often felt different and alone. I spent a lot of time by myself. I'd sometimes looked at Emily's drawings. At first, they made me cry, but slowly I started to see her spirit in them. I saw her dreams and her happiness. I decided I wanted to remember Emily's joy. I did not want to remember only the sadness. I started to think about her laugh. I thought about her bright smile and her dancing. I wanted to keep her alive in my heart. I wanted to live for her too. I wanted to see the beauty she saw. It became my quiet promise to her. This change did not happen quickly. It was very slow, like a small plant growing. The pain was still there, like a deep scar, but it was not always sharp. Sometimes I could think of Emily and smile. I started to understand that her love was still with me. It was a part of me, and that love could give me strength. My grandparents lived for many more years. They continued to be my rock and my home. They saw me grow into a young man. They were proud of me. Then, one by one, they left this world too. They went to join my parents and my dear Emily. I was sad, but I was also grateful. Grateful for their love and their sacrifice. They gave me everything they had. Now, I am an older man myself. I have lived a long life. It was not always an easy life. The sadness from my childhood never completely disappeared, but it taught me many things. It taught me to be strong. It taught me to value every moment. I tried to find beauty in small things, just like Emily did. Maybe that is her biggest gift. I still have some of Emily's drawings. They are old now and the paper is yellow, but the colors are still bright. They hang on my wall. They remind me of her bright spirit and her laugh. Sometimes I go to that small field where we played. I sit there and remember her smiling face. She is always with me in my heart. Losing my family taught me how precious love is. It taught me that money and things are not important. The most important thing is the time we share. It is the hugs, the stories, and the laughter. These are the real treasures in life. I learned this lesson in a very hard way, but I carry it with me always. Life is a mix of happiness and sadness. We cannot have one without the other. My deep sadness came from my deep love. I loved my parents, my grandparents, and my Emily. And because I love them so much, I miss them so much. But I would not change that love. That love made my life rich, even with the pain. My world became small many years ago, then it became even smaller. But the love inside that world was huge. It was strong enough to last a lifetime. I carry that love with me today, and I know somewhere my family is together. They are waiting for me, and Emily's smile is as bright as the sun. I hope this session was helpful. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting stories. Take care, everyone.